Well, if there's one good thing to take away from this movie is, at least the movie cups are awesome. How many people do you know who could say they're drinking out of Mark Wahlberg, right?
Romero, he's an awesome dude, he's on your PC. He likes to make reviews for the movies you see. And if you want to sub his channel, take it from me. He makes us all right to a big surprise and he probably hates you. Romero Movie News, 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 Romero Movie News.
Jackie Chan touched my wiener.
Hey there guys and gals, it's me Romero for RMN here to give you guys my review for Transformers Age of Extinction. Now, before I continue with this review, I do want to give a shout out to all the new subscribers to my channel. I just surpassed 900 freaking subs. That is insane. Thank you so much, and if you guys stick around, I will be bringing top-notch content to this channel. Please don't leave me, I have self-esteem issues. Now you're probably wondering, why am I reviewing this movie so late? Well, I didn't want to really give too much time and effort to putting a review into this film, but it is the 4th of July and I can't think of anything more patriotic than Michael Bay Transformers explosions. God bless America. Anyways, let's get started with this review. Let's talk about some of the good things about this film. And in all honesty, the only good thing is the fact that there are some pretty good human characters and new robot characters in this film. This whole new film is basically a reboot to the Transformers franchise with all new characters. And I gotta say, I actually like some of them. Cade Yeager, played by Mark Wahlberg, plays a great single dad, you know, trying to keep his daughter away from boys and all this stuff, but also a very caring and loving father. Kelsey playing the typical, you know, I'm not the bad guy because I'm doing this for America, even though I hired a 15-meter tall killer robot to protect America's interests. Yeah, that probably wasn't a good idea. And also Stanley Tucci basically plays Steve Jobs if Steve Jobs made Transformers for a living instead of iPods and, you know, iPads. Yep. And then even Lockdown, the new bounty hunter robot, he's not even like a Decepticon or an Autobot. He's literally says in the movie he's a bounty hunter. So I gotta say, every time this guy came on screen, I literally felt like someone somewhere was about to get blown to bits. And that's how intimidating he was. Of course, you have some of the originals like Bumblebee and Optimus coming back, and some new characters, some voiced by, you know, Ken Watanabe and of course John Goodman, and they were pretty refreshing to see in the film as well. But besides that, the first hour of this movie is pretty enjoyable. I actually was invested in these characters, in this situation, and in the environment that Michael Bay was creating. It seemed like for the first hour, he knew what he was doing. He was being a competent director. But now let's get to the bad about this film. And that is that this movie drags on. At a whopping 2 hours and 45 minutes, you feel the length of this film. And after that first hour is gone, the Michael Bay isms of a Transformers movie start to show. You know, the terrible character development, the amount of subplots, the useless and pointless action, the useless and pointless destruction of cities. It just starts to sink into you that this now is becoming what you expect from a Transformers movie. All around, I would give this movie a 2.5 out of 5, a solid D- because of the fact, well, I don't know. I'm being generous by giving it a 2.5 because I was actually genuinely excited to see this film. The image of watching Optimus Prime, who's basically Robo-Jesus, riding Grimlock, well, it's the most badass imagery you could ever see in your life. But if your name's Michael Bay, you find a way to f that up. All around, this movie is what you expect from a Michael Bay Transformers film, but if you're somebody who enjoyed the other 3 movies, then you're more than likely gonna like this film. But if you're someone who's hated the previous films, then you're going to put yourself through some pretty massive torture. I mean, just to simplify, I guess you could say this movie is not as good as the first one, it's not as bad as the second one, but it definitely feels like the third one, with the action sequences dragging on for minutes on end, and you feel the length of the film. So all around, that's my review for Transformers Age of Extinction. Make sure to leave a comment down below. Tell me what you thought of the film, and let me know who is your favorite Autobot or Decepticon, and also, are you excited to see more of this franchise? Anyways, I've been Romero for RMN, and as always, I've got your back, so you're on track. See you guys next time.